All right, Algebra 2. Here we are with Lesson 4.2. Solve by graphing on your calculator. When you're doing your problems today, you might see the directions call for solutions, roots, or zeros. All of these mean where does the graph cross the x-axis. So we're looking for where does our graph cross the x-axis. Those are our zeros, our roots, our solutions. So our little mini sketch right here, 1 and 3 would be our zeros, roots, or solutions. We got 3 possible scenarios today. You could have one solution if your parabola just touches the x-axis and turns around. And we have 2 solutions if we go through it, either up and down, like this way vertically, or if it's going up and down the other way. No real solutions if we're above the x-axis going up, or if our parabola starts below the x-axis and goes down, because we won't touch the x-axis, so there's no real solutions. This is going to bring us to imaginary numbers, which we'll learn more about later when we get to solving algebraically. But for now, we're just going to do the graphical analysis here. Alright, so solve by graphing using your calculator. Okay, you might need to have you will need to have your calculator out for this, and you might need to pause and rewind a little bit as we go. So, step 1 is to type this equation into y equals. Y equals is the top left corner. Okay, if you have some stuff already up there, you're going to hit clear. If you're borrowing this from a friend, you might have your plots, your stat plots, darkened. It means they're turned on. You're going to want those off. So arrow up to those and click on them again, and that will turn them off. Okay, typing in y equals x squared minus 6x plus 9. 2 new buttons for you, or possibly new buttons. The X button is going to be next to the alpha button. It says X, T, theta, and N. Okay? For the mode we're in, it's going to give us X. When you get into more advanced classes and you're going to change the mode of your calculator, when you push this button, it'll give you the different letter that fits that mode. But we're in function mode, so we're going to get X. And the other button to know is the squared button. It says x squared, so it could be misleading to make you think that if you push that button, you'll get literally x squared, but it's only going to give you the squared exponent on whatever's in front of it. Okay? So here we go. We need x squared, so we're going to push the x button. And then we need squared, so we're going to push the squared button. And now you should see x squared. Minus, okay, the graphing calculator knows the difference between minus and negative. And it gets mad if you do the wrong one. So make sure you're pushing minus 6x plus 9. Okay, we got that typed in. And now we're going to push graph. It's the top right. And away it goes. If your calculator's got some extra junk on there, like I said before, when we're in y equals, you might need to turn your stat plots off, or make sure all your y equals are cleared. Okay? If we're off center and you want yours to look like this, zoom. Standard, zoom 6 will always jump you back to this standard screen. Next, we're going to make the calculator figure out what that 0 is, where we touch or cross the x-axis. We're going to go second, trace. Trace is up here next to graph. And you can see the blue word above it is calc, because it's going to bring up the calculate menu. We want to calculate the 0. Okay? Next, you want to locate your cursor, your little blinky guy. And we're going to get him using left and right all the way down to where we think the graph is going to cross the x-axis. Now we're asking for the left bound. What we're going to do is set some boundary lines on our calculator, and our calculator is going to squeeze them in and find where it equals 0. And it's going to do all that for us very, very quickly in the blink of an eye. So from here, we're going to go left 3 to 5 clicks over. So I'm going to push the left arrow, left, 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 left. Okay? And now we're going to hit enter. And it's going to put that line on. Okay, you can see that line it put down there. All right. Next, we're going to get back down to the spot we were just at. So back down to where we think it crosses or touches the x-axis. And now we're going to hit right. It says right bound. Now we're going to hit right 3 to 5 more times. And hit enter. So you can kind of see the boundary lines that were kind of squeezed in between. Okay. We're going to go back to the middle spot a third time where we think it touches the x-axis and hit enter a third time. And that says guess. That's giving your calculator a starting point to go from. And hit enter the third time, and boom, in a blink of an eye, we've got 3.000007, comma 0. You might have 2.99999 something, comma 0. The answer is 3, comma 0. Okay, so that's basically the new process there that we're going to just use over and over and over again today. So once we have our answer, we're going to make a quick little sketch. We're going to put 3, 0 on the graph, and just a quick little sketch. That's what it looked like. Okay? Number 2, it says you try. Okay, if you're feeling confident, go ahead and push pause and give it a go. There's going to be 2 of them. There's going to be 2 of them. You have to do it twice. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to give it, I'm going to go walk through it here slowly with us. So we're in y equals, we push clear to get rid of that one. Let's go x squared minus 3x minus 4. Okay, again, that's x squared minus 3x minus 4. Graph, and we can see it's going to cross twice. It's going to cross twice. Okay? So we have to do this whole process twice. We're going to go second, trace, 0. Okay, find your little blinky guy, and I'm going to go to this one first just because that was closest for me. Okay, last time we were looking at the vertex because the vertex is what was touching the x-axis. Okay, we're looking for where we cross or touch the x-axis. So we're not paying attention to the vertex this time. We're interested in here and here. Okay, so we get as close as we can. All right, that's about it. Left bound, left, 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 left. Enter. Back down to the x-axis. Okay. Right bound, right, 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 right. Enter. Back to the middle and hit enter one more time. -1, comma 0. That's our first one. If you're feeling more confident and you're ready to try it on your own, push pause and go for the second one on your own. Okay? Here we go. Let's go second, trace. We're doing zeros. And we're going to go over to the other side. Okay. Left bound. We're going to get as close as we can. Left bound. We're going to go left, 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 left. Enter. Back up top. Or back to the x-axis area. Right bound. We're going to go right, 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 right. Enter. And back to the x-axis area and hit enter. and we have 4, 0. Okay, we're going to put -1, 0 on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 on there. And we're going to do our best to give us a little rough sketch so it looks pretty close to the other one. Let's do one more together. Okay. On the back side here of the notes, we got lots of them we can do. We're going to do one more because it's going to have decimals. Not everything comes out pretty. Let's get one with some decimals. Okay. So, back into y equals. Clear that out. We're going to have 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. Okay. I'm going to graph. Okay. We can see here and here. This should be a little closer. Again, we don't want the vertex because we only wanted the vertex in our very first example because it was touching the x-axis. Not interested in that right now. We want where our graph crosses the x-axis. So, second trace, 0. Okay, I'm closer to this one right off the bat, so that's what I'm going to try for. Well, we're going to get as close as we can to the x-axis. Okay, left bound, left, 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 enter, back down to our x-axis, right bound, right, 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 enter, and then our guess is going to be right there on the x-axis, negative, or we got positive, 0.2192236. We're going to go to 2 decimals. It's going to be 0.22, 0. And then to get the other one, we start the whole process over again. Second trace, zeros. We're going to scoot all the way over there, get as close as we can to being on the x-axis. Okay, left bound, left, 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 enter, back to the x-axis, right, 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 enter, back to the x-axis, and enter a third time, 2.28. Comma 0. Okay. Now with decimals, we're going to do our best to get as close as we can, but because they're not perfect points, we're going to need to label these on the graph. Whether we're doing our little sketches or on a quiz or a test with a grid provided to us. Okay, look at 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. That's our y-intercept from an earlier lesson, so we might as well just throw that on there. Okay, and there we go. That's what we're doing today. All right? Well, we're at 14 minutes. And I only have 2 minutes here until the bell rings. So if you hear a little noise, bear with me. Let's try one more. Well, I'll at least show you one more special situation. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. X squared plus 2x plus 3. This is another special situation. That way you'll have seen all of the possibilities. Where it touches once, crosses twice, or this one. Oh, there's the bells. X squared plus 2x plus 3. Graph. Look at it. It's not going to touch the x-axis, is it? So that one is no real solutions. All right? Sounds good, folks. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your homework. Let me know if you have any questions. We'll see you next time.